Okay, this is the mole conversion quiz, Form B, Part 1. So we're going to learn how to convert using the mole, using your mole conversion flowchart, which is really very important. So let's start with number 1. Calculate the number of moles in 155.4 grams of potassium sulfate, K2SO4. The first thing that you've got to do in all of this, every single time, is you've got to make that little chart just like this. What I need you also to do is determine what you've been given in the problem, which has been this right here, and what you have to find, the number of moles. So you have to find this right here. Write down the unit for what you have to find, moles at the end, and write down what you've been given, 155.4 grams here. Okay, so now that you know what you're starting with and where you have to go to on your flow chart, this is very simple. Follow the arrow and perform the conversion factor that they're giving you there to get to moles from mass, grams. And what you'll have to do is you'll see as you will put 1 mole at the very top and the molar mass of potassium sulfate in the bottom, which is 174.3 grams. And a simple calculation for this, 155.4 divided by 174.3 gives you an answer of 0.89, and we're going to round it to the nearest tenth, so 0.9 moles of potassium sulfate. Okay, very simple problem. The one thing you must do is learn how to use your mole conversion flowchart. At most, it's 2 steps, and this one happens to be a 1-step problem. Let's look at the second one. We were given 2.80 moles of magnesium oxide, MgO, and we have to determine the number of grams of that. So again, we have to make our chart here, write down what you've been given, and we've been given this. So we're going to write down 2.80 moles of that, and then we're going to write down what we have to find, the unit, and that would be grams. Okay? So if you take your flow chart and you start with moles right here, okay, and you have to get to mass, which is grams over there, what it's going to tell you is that you're going to have to put the molar mass of magnesium oxide, 40.3 grams, over 1 mole. Okay, now this becomes a multiplication problem. When the numbers are side by side, this becomes a multiplication problem. And so when you solve this problem, 2.80 times 40.3, you get a number 112.84. And so our answer is going to be 112.8 grams of that magnesium oxide. Okay. The third one, how many moles are in 2.85 times 10 to the 22nd formula units of copper 2 oxide? So let's write down what we have to find. We have to find how many moles, and we were given 2.85 times 10 to the 22nd formula units of copper 2 oxide. So again, we have to write down our T-chart like so. Write down what we were given, and that was 2.85 times 10 to the 22nd formula units. Okay, and we have to find moles, which is our unit down here. So to get from the formula unit, which is a particle, part of the particle section down at the bottom right of your flowchart, you will find that you have to perform the function on the way to get the mole to put 1 mole on top and 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd on the bottom. Okay, formula units. All right, this becomes a simple division problem. We don't have to worry about the 1 mole on top because any number times 1 is itself anyway. So now entering your scientific notation in the calculator, 2.85 times 10 to the 22nd divided by 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd, we end up with a number that looks like 0.047, so we're going to go 0.05, and that will be moles of copper 2 oxide. Okay,